I'm going to demonstrate the P-51 startup from the time that we enter the mission until we taxi out to the active. Um, Basically, everything that I do to get in cockpit, get the aircraft started, and rolling as quickly and efficiently as I know how. By now, you should all be familiar with the interior of the cockpit, control locations, particular gauges, things of that matter. If you're not, that's okay. The startup process will help with that, and the more you do it, the more efficient you'll become at it. And next, before you know it, it won't take you long at all to be able to jump in, run through, start up, go fly, and have fun. So procedures vary. Everybody has their own little system, and I'm sure as you progress further along, you'll develop yours. But hopefully, this will help get you through some of the basics. So, at mission start, we're going to jump in and get rolling as quickly as possible. We have a flight of B-29s that will be doing an overhead that we will need to get up and escort them into a bombing mission that is already organized. So starting up efficiently is important in timed events, and this will prove that. So let's begin. One of the very first things that I do after I hit fly is I will jump to the exterior part of the aircraft, and I will confirm that my weapon loadout is what it's supposed to be, which in this case is drop tanks because it's an extended flight. And I will also confirm that my control surfaces and so forth work accordingly. And then jump back into the cockpit and I begin my startup procedure. Beginning, I like to work from left to right of the cockpit, back to center, follow through with startup. And where I begin is with my flap lever as I raise it to the full upright position. Since how we're not taking off from air strips or dirt strips and so forth that may be dust or collecting, I usually don't mess with ram air in position, whether it be filter or off. I haven't had a problem with it. I usually use it right there at the default position. I then will come here, and this is fuel. Got the fuel on. I'll come up in this area. I'll turn my fuel booster on. Then I will come to the right side of the cockpit, where here we have our generator and our battery. Generator, battery. I now have supplied power to the aircraft. At this particular time, I do not move my magnetos into the both all position, and I'll tell you why. Starter button. I like to come over here, crank this propeller around half a dozen times or so, get some oil. It seems to truly help in an easy startup. Now I'll come back to the magnetos, go to the full on position, and prepare for startup. Gently crack the throttle, bring your prop pitch to full, and prepare to move your mixture from the idle cutoff position to the run position. Okay? Very important that this coincides with the startup and what your prop is going to be doing as it spins around. As soon as it kicks over, this needs to be released into the run position, which I have it shortcutted on the throttle, which makes it easier as I'm going through the startup. So now what we're going to do is you'll want to prime your aircraft for approximately 5 seconds, then click over to the starter. Approximately 5 seconds, coming to the starter, waiting for it to kick over. There's the kick. And we are started. Areas of interest after startup. Wait until our B-29s, there they are. We will have to hustle a little bit to catch up with them. What a sight though. Let's go ahead and zip up, quiet things down a little bit. Our next step is we want everything to warm up a little bit. So, and definitely before taking off, we will want our engine temperature to be at least 40 degrees. If not, during takeoff, you will pop an engine, more than likely. So this is what we're trying to avoid. During warm-up, you would like to keep your RPMs somewhere around 10 or 12. Manifold pressure rides wherever your RPMs are for now. If you get tired of holding your toe brakes, which I do, you can always set your brake by having your brakes on, pull the brake handle, release your brakes. Now you don't have to hold your toe brakes. Also can be done in the beginning. A little lazy, so I usually just hold my toe brakes, go through the process, and continue on. Close our cover switch, our starter cover switch, confirm back, come to the outside of the aircraft, make sure everything's clear, kind of a clear left, clear right process, and we're ready for taxi. Controlled speed is very important in taxiing. Paying attention to your surroundings is also very important. Don't want to be crashing, running into anybody. S-turns, when you have a crowd in here, is always a good idea. Although you can go from side to side pretty well. Holding charter on runway. If we had other people in here, I'd be waiting for people to kind of start gathering up, and then I would pull out onto the active. So, that's it for the P-51 startup. I hope it helps. I'm going to go fly and have fun. See you guys for the next one.